Hello and welcome to today's interview where I'm going to be interviewing Lord Bung. Say hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you, Lord Bung?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Alright, good to hear. You told me that you just woke up from a nice nap.
Yeah.
So can you maybe introduce yourself for us?
Hi, I'm Lord Bung. I'm creator of the Confinement series on YouTube and amateur artist, I guess. Animator, I don't know. I shitpost.
Yeah, alright. So I guess with that, now that you've introduced yourself, I guess I can throw the first question at you. So when did you start YouTube, Bung?
Last year, I think. Yeah, I think 2016 actually. I used to do little rant videos about topics that I really like the pseudoscience and stuff. Like my first video, I think, was a rant about ghosts, about people's belief in ghosts and Ouija boards and the supernatural. It was just kind of a structured, no story, nothing. There was less cartoon creativity I could do with that. But then once I gained enough confidence, I decided to do story stuff.
Alright, so why did you start YouTube? What got you into YouTube?
The community that I first dropped into, I guess, all happened to be full of creators, and that encouraged me to create. You know, I thought, oh, hey, this isn't hard. I'll just try to do something of my own. It just kind of evolved from there. It just started off as drawings, and then I thought, yeah, fuck it, let's do videos now.
So have you had any channels before this one, or is this your first ever channel?
I might have had a channel like ages ago, just so I was able to like and comment stuff, but this is my first real channel where I could upload stuff.
So when did you start drawing?
Oh shit, when I was like little baby, just drew all the time. It's like, hell yeah, I see paper, I see pencil, I'm like, yep, this is what I'm doing this afternoon. I'm going to draw whatever I want.
What got you into drawing? Why'd you start it?
Oh, I don't know, I was bored. I was like a kid, felt like drawing. I really don't know what goes on in the mind of a year-old child who wants to draw. That's what happened to me. I just felt like drawing. I wanted to create stuff. I wanted to draw things I saw on TV. And, you know, as I got older, it got more abstract. Like, ooh, I want to draw how I feel. I want to draw my thoughts. I want to draw, create, bring life my ideas. And now I'm doing animations, so like that's probably the most abstract you can get with wanting to draw.
Gotcha. So how did you learn to like perfect your drawing?
Oh, I never really learned to perfect any drawing. You're just constantly evolving all the time. You know, my style will be different in a year or two, just like it is now. You just keep on drawing. That's all I can tell you. I know that's a cliche thing for an artist to say, but just like fucking keep doing it, bro.
Right, like practice makes perfect, as they say.
Yeah.
And then when did you start to get into animation?
While I was doing my videos, I wanted to one-up them. I always want to one-up my videos every time. And I thought at some point when I was nearing the end of Bung Chronicles, I was thinking, okay, I could probably do something a lot better than this, animation-wise. I decided to test out animation on a really short video. That was the first episode of Confinement. And it was tedious. And I had a lot of animator friends that would help give me advice. It was fun, and it was worth it. I really enjoyed doing it. It is a bit tedious, though.
Now, what got you into the animation? Is it just you wanted to do it for videos, or did something else like motivate you to get into it?
Well, I thought it was a really nice art form. I've always liked animation. I just never had the confidence to go ahead and do it until I started Confinement. At that point in my internet career, quote unquote, I was like, hell yeah, I finally have the confidence. I think I'm gonna go jump straight into it and try animation. But what got me into it, I guess, I don't know, I've always liked animation. Like as a kid, I'd watch animated movies. I'd always have like a preference towards animation just because it requires you as a creator to take so much care and put so much effort and passion into what you're doing just to do something as simple as what would otherwise be a boring scene in any other movie.
And now how did you go about learning how to do it? How did you get started?
I would take advice from my animator friends, you know, like, what do I do in this moment? What do I do in this scene? What makes this scene interesting animation-wise, you know? And then I would look at animated movies and TV shows, see what they do. I'd pause frame by frame, like, oh, okay, so that's how a smear frame works. That's the mouth shape that you make when making that noise. Things that I didn't even know until I started looking very carefully in between frames. And I had to draw them out. I had to come out with my own way of doing it. But it was I'm still learning. I'm still evolving. You know, I'm trying out something new every time I come up with a video. So there's that, yeah.
So have you heard of the new monetization rules on YouTube?
Yeah, the one where it's like you only get ads if you're at a certain number or something.
It kind of ties into the question that I'm going to ask you because you require like 4,000 hours of watch time. And for animators to hit that, it's pretty difficult. So what's your opinion on how YouTube treats animators? animators?
I don't really know. I don't monetize my videos, so it just never bothered me. I mean, I have almost 3 times the requirement for that, so, I mean, if I can do it, I think other, like real animators can do it, if I can do it. Like, I'm not I still hesitate to call myself an animator, even though even my animator friends call me animator. If I can achieve that, then I think any animator can. And I think an animator is somebody who spends so much time and effort on making content that they absolutely do adore, would almost absolutely have the patience to go through with achieving this goal. But, I think an artist cares more about making their art than making money from it. So, I don't know. I think in relation to the creator and who's making money, I don't know if it's really treating them unfairly. I think it'll be weird if all an artist cared about was making money. So
I actually didn't know you didn't monetize your videos, because I have ad block on, so I don't really know.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, there are ads on my videos, but that's just because I've been copyright claimed, like, 10 times.
So I guess this is talking about an older series of yours that you've discontinued, which is Bung Chronicles. And I was wondering what inspired you to make Bung Chronicles.
I started off doing rant videos, and those slowly evolved into a story. And I kind of wanted to have more creative freedom than I did with the rant videos. The rant videos were more like me trying to cement myself in the community as this is who I am, these are my opinions, like if you agree, lol. Then they sort of slowly turned into stories as I got more confident. Because, the more confident you get, like, the more creative you want to be and the more original and more power you want to have over your storytelling. First one I did was the Alien one, which was still kind of a rant video, but it had a story in it. I kind of wanted to just go full-on ridiculous, I wanted, like, my arch nemesis to be John Edwards, the bullshit psychic, and Ken Ham, the creationist museum owner, like, all of these ridiculous supervillains that have headquarters and superpowers and everything. I wanted to just go nuts, and it was a lot of fun. And I still appreciate people who go back and watch those videos and tell me, hey, this is really good.
Now, why did you decide to stop making them?
Plain and simple, I wanted to start animating properly, and I wasn't going to be able to do that with the Bung Chronicles because of how long they go and how much goes into it. There's way more scenery, there's way more character models, there's way more everything in the Bung Chronicles. The point of it is to be just gigantic and ridiculous, and I couldn't put nearly as much animation into the Bung Chronicles than I could with something as small and as solitary as Confinement. Confinement is my first step into animation, and I don't want to overwhelm myself like I did with the Bung Chronicles. I think that's fair. I mean, I'm much happier with this direction anyway, just because I always wanted to do something creepy like this, something more stable and structured. I'm worried that I would easily run out of ideas for the Bung Chronicles, but if I reined myself in a way, I have almost more storytelling potential with Confinement. So, of the many reasons, those are the couple that I could think of right now.
Right, so when did Bung Chronicles begin and end?
With my alienation video, I guess, is technically the start of it. And it ended with the Mormon video that I was working on. I decided, I'm going to do lip sync, and that drove me insane. It was really tiring, and I just kind of gave up. This video is like 30 minutes long. Bung and 5 other characters. I'm going to travel back in time to ancient New York. Like, this is going to be hard. So I decided, all right, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to make episode 1 of Confinement. It's literally just 1 room, 2 characters. Let's see how we do this. And I ended up really enjoying it. Whenever the upload date for episode 1 of Confinement was, that's when Bung Chronicles ended.
Gotcha. So how long did each episode of Bung Chronicles take to make?
Oh, fuck me. It took a little bit longer each time. Maybe like just over a month. 30-minute video. A whole lot of people would join in with like doing voice work. Just over a month, maybe 2 months. Longer it went. Confinement's about the same now. Like, it's about a month, a little bit over a month. But I'm always trying to one-up with each episode, so sometimes it takes just a little bit longer.
Gotcha. So, this is more talking about your name and your identity on YouTube. Why did you pick the name Lord Bung?
Okay, well, I'm not sure if you're going to show this on the podcast, but my current profile picture on Discord is this Garfield, right? That was my first ever profile picture on Twitter. I thought, look at this 5x5 pixel image of Garfield smiling like an asshole. Let's have that as my profile picture. And I thought the funniest fucking name in the world would be something like Lord Bung. It's more like I just pulled it out of a generator in my head because I thought it sounded funny. Now it just hasn't changed.
Gotcha. You should have done Lord Bung.
Lord Bung. I mean, I make the joke. I don't want to be strictly weed related.
And why'd you pick the, I guess, robotic Triceratops as your profile picture?
The Triceratops actually came about because I was a co-admin for a dinosaur meme page a long time ago. We would just make dinosaur-related memes for this niche of people who studied paleontology in university or something. And so I had an excess of just dozens of pictures of Triceratopses in my my folders. So when I was making a banner to try and fit in with this community, it was kind of like, the retro Hotline Miami style banners that everybody would have. I thought, hey, what's a cool sonar that everybody seems to have? And it's usually an animal or something funky, like a robot. So I just Triceratops because I thought that was pretty original. How do I make this cool? So I put a visor on him. Good fun. And as the series went on, it just kind of expanded on the sonar a bit more. Like, hey, let's give him robot arms. Let's give him lasers. Let's make him talk. Stuff like that.
I could be mistaken, but I'm genuinely curious. Before you were Lord Bung, did you used to go by Who Rung the Dung, or is that someone else?
Yeah, that was my old handle, but then I realized with that handle, whenever I changed my Twitter name, people would confuse me for somebody. As Lord Bung became more of a local name, like a local household name, I wanted to make sure people didn't confuse me for anybody whenever I changed my Twitter name. Because, I changed my Twitter name to some dumb meme, and then people would only be able to read my handle and be like, oh, who's that? I don't know, I kind of want to change it back now, to be honest. Bung the Dung.
So that's the only reason you switched to Lord Bung, because people would confuse you for someone?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a pansy with that kind of stuff. Like, I would be posting more ironic shit if I was more confident that people would know I'm not joking or that I am joking. Like, just yesterday, I think I posted underneath a picture, I said, "This is epic on so many levels," and a lot of people thought I was being serious, and it made me really concerned.
On Twitter, which thing?
My friend did some art, and this is a friend that I make regular jokes like that with. So when I said that, it bothered me that so many people took it seriously.
What inspired you to make Confinement?
At around the same time I was making the latest episode of Bung Chronicles that never got finished, I was doing a lot of art on my Twitter that was kind of like creepy stuff. I was posting a lot of SCP fan art. I was retweeting a lot of SCP related stuff. I don't know, it just all of a sudden started tickling my fancy again that I wanted to get back into the creepy stuff. But I didn't want to be edgy creepy, I just wanted to be sort of making jokes about it. Like, hey, we can make this funny, right? Like, a lot of SCP videos I was seeing at the time were either readings of SCPs, which were fun. I like listening to them in the background. But none of them were, like, as fun as I wanted them to be. So I thought, alright, maybe I can try something here. I'll try and make, I guess, a horror comedy or something. A dark comedy, I guess you could call it. That's kind of what got me into the idea, is that, I could bring something to this table, to this wide and rich vein that nobody seems to have done so far. I mean, there are some channels that do, like, dark comedy, SCP-related stuff, but it's mostly podcasts.
Right. So how many episodes are you planning on making of Confinement?
So far it's about 6 more for this arc. I don't want to call it a season because that means people will think there's absolutely 100% confirmed season 2. I don't know, I might not feel like it by the time I finish this arc. But there are 6 more, including the one I'm making right now, for this whole story to kind of come to a finish.
Right, so a total of 10?
Yeah, a total of 10 for just this whole story. And if I still feel like it at that time, I will continue on for a second season.
And what made you choose the name Confinement?
I was thinking of a bunch of cool names that would just mean imprisoned. I didn't want it to be so on the nose, like, oh, I'm lonely, I'm trapped here. It's more like he is imprisoned. He is in a prison. He is officially locked in. Whether you agree with why he's locked in or not doesn't really matter. It kind of has both sides. Like the SCP Foundation, if you ever read up on the wiki, they justify just about everything they do. Honor doesn't feel that way. All of the other safe SCPs don't feel that way. Kind of a shitty place they're in. They might as well just be in prison. It sucks. I don't know. I'm not explaining it too well right now.
Well, yeah, I kind of get the gist of what you're saying. Like, you wanted to think of a cool word for, being in jail.
It's not entirely fair for them, but it's still accurate. Confinement's an accurate word.
Because I guess imprisonment, that's the correct word to be saying the word wrong. Yeah, imprisonment. I don't think that would sound as good as confinement. All right, and I've got one last question for you here, Bung, and then we can conclude it. So what are your plans and goals for this year?
Oh, shit. Finish this season, I guess. Get more Lego. And fuck, I don't know. I don't really think that far ahead. Kind of a weekly basis kind of guy.
I see. So to get more Legos, which Legos do you currently own?
Lego Batman, Lego Star Wars, bro.
Lego Batman good. Lego Star Wars not a big fan.
Fair enough. I get way more Lego Batman.
I have like a shitload of Lego sets, too many, but they're all like stored somewhere. Yeah. All right, well, that concludes it. Thank you so much for coming on, Bung.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. And well, that concludes it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please spam that like button, consider subscribing, share this video with your family and friends, leave a comment down below. I'll see you next one. Take care and goodbye.